Welcome to hell.
So we're gonna take our hands off.
Yes.
And the portal is open.
Oh, what's just happened over there?
The only way I can describe it is it was a face. It's pitch black when you look into that. And it was like leaning, and it was almost like a neon tube.
Throughout the caves, there are a lot of faces like this carved in the wall. It's said that they are the original members of the Hellfire Club. They included the devil in their wall carvings because they considered him a member of the club.
Exactly, someone was running all behind me. I have to say, I started to feel really after we opened that. Like,
You are?
you affecting Colin?
Is it getting misty?
Yeah.
There's a mist problem there.
Yes.
Every time that we get something really bad, I start gagging. I don't know what's happening right now, but I'm just throwing up profusely in the bathroom at Hellfire Caves. I've never really experienced something like this. It's up and it's scary, man. Just a warning to everybody joining us this evening. This episode of the Paranormal Files is going to feature some extremely dark stuff. We are talking demonic activity, we are talking potential satanic worship, we are talking all sorts of malevolent and evil energy. And in tonight's video, we are going to be attempting to open a portal and allow whatever is in these caves to enter into our physical realm and interact with us. Now, we have had hundreds, thousands of people that have seen our videos for the last few years that have messaged me personally and told me that after watching one of these darker videos, they themselves have invited something into their own homes. People have reported seeing their own windows shatter. People have seen shadow figures in their houses. I don't know how all of this works. I've been told by different location owners that they've experienced this before through their live streaming cameras. So I don't know. Before this episode starts, please just, whatever you do, say a prayer of protection, cover yourself in white light, build up that spiritual armor because, yeah, this is gonna get extremely dark. Anyways, let's get into the video. On tonight's episode of the Paranormal Files, we're at one of the most notorious haunted locations really on Earth, the Hellfire Caves here in England. It was inside of the cave system behind me where one of the world's most notorious secret societies used to practice everything from rituals to sex parties, orgies, and all other sorts of debaucherous entertainment. Rumors of human sacrifice surround this location but have never been formally proven. Tonight, we're diving deep into the darkness. So join us tonight on the Paranormal Files for a truly special episode. This is a location that I've been waiting to visit for over a decade. This has been on one of my top spots to investigate almost my entire life, definitely my entire career in the paranormal. So I am very excited, but yeah, I don't really need to say anything more. Welcome to the Paranormal Files. This investigation gets very dark. Very dark for me, and at the very end, you are gonna see something happen to me that is completely beyond the realm of explanation for myself that truly frightened me and shocked me to my core. The Hellfire Caves are one of the most infamous haunted locations on planet Earth. I mean, this is essentially a cave system, a tunnel system that was dug out with the express intent to be turned into a secret society meeting place. Now, it's very interesting. Oftentimes with secret societies, people online will conflate all of these societies with esoteric occult practices and Satanism, devil worship. But when you talk about the Hellfire Club, they were indeed, at least some of them, devil worshippers, and they were attempting to commune with these unholy spirits, specifically the devil. They were literally inviting the devil to join them for dinner inside of these caves. So one could only imagine the things that happened in those caves that were never written down. As you're going to see during the historical tour, a lot of records were destroyed and lost. I mean, there practically are no records chronicling the exact events and things that happened inside of the caves. But when it comes to the elite in society, which is the group from society that, the people that visited the caves and conducted these rituals, they're into some pretty fucked up stuff. Obviously, inside of this cave system, they were having sex rituals, they were having orgies, they were drinking, they were partying, they were wearing the robes and the cloth of priests in order to defile a holy image. They were having orgies dressed up in religious attire, which, is extremely sacrilegious. And in my opinion, keep in mind that's an opinion, I think what really happened down there was a lot darker than what we know. But we were so excited to visit.
The vibes of going through the city, arriving to Hellfire Caves, and seeing the red glow on the entrance to the caves. I mean, it's enticing, but also so mysterious. It doesn't make sense why these caves are here. Why have such a secret society, but also having such a grand entrance? It makes you really think, why? Why did they do this? But it's very intriguing, very eerie at the same time. I've heard lots of stories about this place, and I've got to say, I was pretty freaked out.
So we are here at the Hellfire Caves in West Wickham. We'll start off with sort of context of the area. So West Wickham has been a settlement pretty much as long as there's been humans in the area. There's evidence of Iron Age stone forts up at the top of the hill, Roman burials. Anytime they try and build something around here, they dig up Romans. And we know there was a village at the top of the hill that died out in sort of the plague in the 1300s. And eventually the settlement moved into the valley and became what West Wickham is today. Now, our story and the story of the Hellfire Club takes place in the Georgian era, specifically around the reign of King George II, and the caves themselves date from 1748 to 1752. And to start off, they were kind of a job creation scheme. So Sir Francis Dashwood, 2nd Baronet, who was the landowner at the time, decided that he should help the people in his area. There were a lot of crop failures, all the people in the area were out of work, and he said we should be looking after our people during this difficult time. And in fact, he went into Parliament and said to sort of all his friends in Parliament, we should be commissioning public works to give people jobs, and Parliament laughed at him. So he decided, well, I will do it anyway, and he got 100 men from the village up to the side of the hill here, and he got them to dig and to mine and to quarry, and they pulled all the chalk out of the hill and used it to make a big long road towards neighbouring High Wycombe. It gave the people work for sort of 4.5, 5 years, and at the end of it, Sir Francis ended up with an interesting cave on his private land, which he then moved meetings of his Hellfire Club into. Now, the caves themselves were probably always intended for this purpose. If you look at any map of the cave, it doesn't look like a regular chalk mine. There's passageways that loop around on themselves, there's chambers, there's alcoves off to the side, and we know that the Hellfire Club had been established for several years, and they were at that point holding meetings at Medmenham Abbey, which is just up the Thames, sort of towards Marlow. But people in the area had started noticing this sort of group were meeting at this ruined abbey, sort of dressed as monks having parties, and started trying to find out what they were up to, so they literally moved their meetings underground to get away from that. Now, as we go down the caves, I'm going to tell you a little bit about some of the known or suspected members of the club, and also about some of our ghosts that are said to reside here. The hill has been a site of, rituals since Iron Age times. There's stone circles up the top. We know that they had other things at the top of the hill, and obviously in the time of Sir Francis, things moved underground. The Hellfire Club were suspected to either be Satanists or at least dabble in Satanism as part of their meetings.
What an intro.
Any good?
Very good. Perfect.
Thank you.
Well, take us away.
Wonderful. Welcome to hell. You also have to watch out because we do have bats. So it's around the time of night where they like to start flying around our heads.
Perfect.
There we go, right. We're going to pause here so I can tell you about my nemesis, which is Paul Whitehead. Now, Paul Whitehead was the steward of the Hellfire Club. His job was to keep the records of everyone who was at their meetings, things that were bought for the meetings, you know, food, drink, probably women. There he is, nice picture of him from back in the day. He was known by his friends as Aged Paul because it was said he looked a bit like a zombie even as a young man. Paul is my nemesis because he burnt all those records. So 3 days before he died, he literally got off his deathbed to make sure that all those records were burnt and would never see the light of day. So a lot of the things I'll say tonight will be as far as we know, or we cannot confirm or deny. And pretty much all the information we have about the club, instead of coming from these records, comes from, you know, letters written between known and suspected members, sort of art and poetry from the time from people who were part of the club. And the reason that we know as little as we do is because of Paul. So thank you, Paul. This is why he's my nemesis. Now, Paul and Sir Francis were very close. They were very good friends, and Paul left a bequest to Sir Francis when he died. And that is what is in my ominous paper bag. Usually when we do tours, we get someone to volunteer to take it out of the bag. Go on, no peeking, reach in. What do you got?
Oh, it's slimy.
Perfect, yes. So, Paul Whitehead had left Sir Francis his heart. There is a tissue for you, because it is slimy. So he left Sir Francis his actual heart. They took it out of his chest, embalmed it, probably encased it in sort of wax or lead or something as a preservation method, and gave it to Sir Francis, along with £50. It's not a real one, I wish. And he gave these things to Sir Francis so that they could be entombed in the mausoleum at the top of the hill, which they were. The £50 was so that he could buy an urn to put it in, and he requested that it be placed in the mausoleum as a memorial of its fond attachment to the noble founder. And so it was. Sir Francis had this heart sort of placed in a beautiful urn, which is actually in the alcove behind me, and it was put in the mausoleum to great pomp and circumstance. You know, they had a full funeral with like military level honours for this heart in a box, and the in there is the urn itself, actually in the back, and it's here instead of in the mausoleum because about 100 years after it was put up there, the heart was used as a kind of grim show and tell. So visitors could take the heart out of the urn and hold it and pass it around, you know, as a form of entertainment, until it was stolen. So about 100 years after it was put up there, the heart was put in the pocket of, records tend to say, an Australian soldier, and hasn't been seen since. Fun little souvenir of your holiday, I suppose. So Paul is the first of our ghosts as well. Obviously his heart has been stolen, he's not happy about it. Paul tends to be a very angry spirit, is heard stomping around. Stories say that he will call out, "Who has my heart?" And you're supposed to tell him, "Paul, I do not have your heart," or he will take yours out of jealousy. So a lot of the stomping footprints you hear around the caves tend to be attributed to Paul here and on the estate. Now, in the time of the Hellfire Club, this is where Paul would sit. He would have his alcove, he would sign everyone into the meetings, take down their name, where they were from, if they brought any guests. Bit of a strange thing to do for a secret society, but a lot of people suspect it was because if you went talking about the club, they needed to know who you are and shut you up very quickly. Now, he would sign everyone in and he would give them their attire for the evening. Men were dressed as monks, ladies were dressed as nuns, and Sir Francis himself was said to dress as the Pope, complete with silly hat. As you do, you know, they had a theme party. Members would then be led this way to what we know as the circle. And I'm going to walk this way. There we go. So this here is what we call the circle, and as you can see on the map, it's because it's a circle. It's very creatively named. Now, when they reached this point, members of the club would split. Ladies would go one way and gentlemen would go the other, and they would be observed by this guy and some of his friends. So throughout the caves there are a lot of faces like this carved in the wall. It's said that they are the original members of the Hellfire Club. Some stories say that the artist William Hogarth carved them, but we cannot confirm nor deny, thank you, Paul. So this one we suspect to be Sir Francis, complete with his pointy hat. There is another one over there with a nice cross on his forehead, looking good and spooky. They're everywhere. There's evidence of a third one there, just above the fire exit sign, although he seems to have lost most of his face. And all these faces tend to be sort of placed at strategic parts in the cave to, you know, watch people coming up and down corridors. So, of course, Sir Francis is placed to watch the women pass by. The groups would be split, women and men, and it was said that whoever you met the other side was your date for the evening.
That's what
Would there be like any sort of ritualistic purpose to these faces?
It's one of those things that we don't know for sure, although there is one I'll show you later on which is slightly more curious. But yeah, it's supposedly it's all the members of the club. So the club had superior and inferior members. The superior members were like the 12 brothers of the club, and then the inferior members were everyone else who was invited. And so we don't know whether it's, you know, just the superior members, or if the superior members got bigger faces, because a lot of them have, you know, they're sticking out of a chalk wall. A lot of them got knocked off over the years or sort of been lost behind the work that we've done to stop the ceiling falling down. But there's an awful lot of faces down here. I think last count someone spotted 40 odd faces. Obviously the ones that sort of look like this we know to be original. Some of the others it's hard to tell whether they're sort of copying the originals, it's graffiti, or if it's actual from the time of the club, because obviously it's a chalk wall and people do like to doodle in it, as much as we ask them not to.
Has anyone ever seen the faces move?
I haven't personally, but other members of staff have claimed that it sort of feels like they're watching you, or sort of the light passes over it and it looks like the eyes move. A lot of them, they sort of have almost a sunken in face, but if you light it with a candle from underneath with no other light, they sort of almost look like they jump out at you, because obviously they were designed in a time when this place was lit by whatever candle you were holding. And we didn't have these lovely fancy lights. In fact, there's lots of places sort of like here where there's candle ledgers still carved into the walls, and you can see where it's sort of blackened up where there's soot has gathered, because obviously back in the day, before it was beautifully lit by electricity, it was candles and lamps, and they'd be stood on these shelves. Wonderful. Right, let's head round a circle. There we go. Next we're going to pause here and look at this bit. So, as I've mentioned, there is a lot of graffiti in the caves, a lot of carving into the walls. The caves were never really shut to the public, but up until they were properly opened as a tourist attraction, you'd have to go to the guy who lived opposite and give him a few coins, and he'd give you the big key to the door and the stub of a candle and wish you good luck, because it was just a dark hole in the ground. There was no lighting. There was not a lot of sort of safety to maintain the ceilings and stuff back in the day, and so people just would like doodle how close they'd got to the bottom and how far they'd managed to get, kind of as like a little mark. But one of the graffitis or markings, I suppose, that we know to be original is this up here. The Roman numerals 22. What we don't know is why. So there are two different theories really as to why there is a 22 carved into the wall. Some theories say that it was a marker for the guys who dug it out, that it was 22 measures from the surface or the next feature that they were going to dig. But it's the only one of its kind in the cave, and you'd think if it was that kind of marker there'd be a lot of them. They'd sort of be at certain intervals all the way through. The second theory is that it marks 22 steps to the secret passageway. Now, there's a lot of sort of poems and things from the time from known and suspected members that talk about taking 20 steps or 22 steps to reach a secret passageway. Now, the bit we're walking through right now is, as far as we know, the only tunnels under West Wickham. But local stories have always said that West Wickham is like an ant farm, that there's, you know, tunnels that go to the estate and to the pubs and up to the church on top of the hill. As with many things, we cannot confirm nor deny. Thank you, Paul. But we do know there is one bit of tunnel that we can't get into, and it is about 20 small steps that way, I think. There we go. Here we are. Now this is what we call our secret passageway. It is similar to a lot of the walls around here. It has sort of chalk bricks in front of it. Throughout most of the cave that's just support, but here, this has been up here longer. Now we know there is some tunnel behind. Previous people have managed to get little pinhole cameras through and know that the tunnel does continue behind here, but then it just drops away into darkness. And really irritatingly, we cannot take this bit of wall down and check, because with the way the chalk is settled, that bit of ceiling is now resting on it. And sadly we don't want to clap because it's the caves, so for now it will remain a mystery. However, we mentioned earlier that the faces in the walls tend to be looking up corridors and facing important things, and we're being looked at by that guy. So that is one of the original faces. We're not sure who it was meant to represent, if anything, but it is currently staring at a blank wall, which, compared to where all the other faces is, makes no sense. It would make much more sense for this to be a corridor that it was looking up. Sadly, at least for now, we won't know for sure. But if I was to hazard a guess, I'd say there's more tunnel behind here. And it annoys me daily that we don't know where it goes. As one of the tour guides here, it's like, I want to know more things and I can't because there's chalk.
Yeah, it's like you wonder what's back there.
I know.
Like original artifacts.
Yeah.
The records.
The records. Yeah, more of Paul's records, maybe. Even if it sort of goes over to the estate, there's lots of, I mean, the estate has cellars and basements, and there's also lots of sort of little follies on the estate that it could lead to, but we don't know, and it's really annoying.
And what's the estate?
So West Wickham Estate, it's the sort of the big house at the bottom of the hill, and it's where Sir Francis Dashwood lived, the guy who had the place dug out, and his descendants still live there to this day, so it is still the family seat. Currently it is Sir Edward is the current baronet and holder of the title, and he lives there with his family.
I love when they
12th
have the
baronet,
Sir.
yes.
Yeah, stop calling me Sir Tom or Sir James. It makes it more fancy. All right.
There you go. Right, but
This is so cool.
Will you blast away? Like,
I
so,
do hear some pickaxes going at something tonight. No question.
just
so would these be like possibly added later faces?
Yes, so obviously sort of this one definitely is because the lump next to it is one of the bolts that holds the wall in place. So that's just someone sort of playing with the chalk that's covering that. That's more doodling. There's possibly one there that looks like it's kind of rubbed off over the years. Again.
You can tell a lot of people like put their hands in it. It's like so like smooth and worn
Yeah,
out.
trying to pick it up like a bowling ball. But you've got to think as well, you know, you're rich enough to have a massive system of caves dug out on your land, but you don't dig it to your house, so you don't have to wander up the high street to visit it. Surely you'd just, you know, dig it into your basement and get a little sort of... Otherwise you have to, you know, prance up the high street to get to your monk parties, and that's just silly.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Just like once in a while, you have just a bunch of monks walking down the street. They're not supposed to be here.
Yeah, you're going to dig out a quarter mile of tunnels, you're not going to sort of dig an extra few hundred feet to get to your house.
That is wild.
Yeah.
We probably did. It's probably right there.
Probably. Maybe, but we don't know. And it's annoying.
What if you hit that and just...
Ceiling falls on us.
That would be good.
It won't.
Put a lintel in to support the ceiling and then you could chip away just like a hole more than anything.
Yeah,
Keep the structure there.
Yeah, I don't know.
That'd be quite good.
Yeah.
Here's another.
There's another one. That's a later addition, that one, I think, because that's that's part of the structural work rather than base wall. Right. Here we have yet another split. This is one that we don't know the original purpose to, but we tend to stop here to talk about some members of the club, and a particular member of the club, Benjamin Franklin. Yep. Well, suspected member, thank you, Paul. But yes, Benjamin Franklin and Sir Francis Dashwood were good friends. They were both sort of postmaster general of their various ends of what at that point was the British Empire. And so they worked together a lot, and Franklin spent a lot of time visiting West Wickham while he was over here. Now, we don't know for sure that Franklin was a member, but we do know that he often visited West Wickham around the time that club meetings would be taking place. They kind of had sort of twice a year meetings, sort of big meetings, and then sort of sporadic ones throughout the rest of the year. Now, it would have made sense for Franklin to want to be a member of this club. A lot of the members of the club were members of parliament, you know, rich landowners, artists, and sort of people who wrote in newspapers, all important people for him to befriend at a time where he was over here sort of working on the case for American independence. So a lot of useful contacts to have. But Benjamin Franklin was also an interesting character. One of my favourite quotes from him comes from a letter that I believe sits in the Library of Congress called "An Advice to a Young Man on Choice of a Mistress." He was writing to a friend of his who was looking to acquire a mistress, and he said, "You should always choose an older woman as a mistress because they appreciate the attention more. And in the dark, all cats are grey."
Wow. And that's the man on the $100 bill.
Yeah. Yes. He also suggested that if you put the basket over the head of a woman and regard only what is below the girdle, it is impossible to tell an old woman from a young. But we are going to go around the other side and meet another member of the Hellfire Club. It's around here. Watch your head through this bit. I'm sure I don't have to worry. There we go. Right. Oh, you guys got the light. We're going to stop here. There we go. So I mentioned earlier that they carved all the members of the Hellfire Club into the wall. And that includes this guy, our devil. Obviously he has, over the years, lost one of his horns and isn't quite as bright red as he was originally painted. But they included the devil in their sort of wall carvings because they considered him a member of the club. From what we know, a lot of the times at their meetings, they would try and sort of summon him over dinner to, I don't know, join them for after dinner mints, whatever they were up to. So he is another one that's carved into the wall. He looks particularly good if you uplight him. His face really glows at you. As we're passing, are the bats still on the Wi-Fi router? Yeah, there you go. Want to see some bats? There's about 6 up there.
Oh, shit. I was going to ask, do you have bats here?
Oh yeah.
So trap cams probably pick them up.
Yeah, there you go. So they're...
Jeff will be dying.
So natterers and Daurbentons are the types we get. Natterers and Daurbentons, they start wiggling when you shine the light at them for too long. But yeah, we have the sort of local bat people come every few months and count them.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's another one of the faces. The suspicion is that this one is the Earl of Sandwich, because he was known to sort of he was one of the first people to visit what was then the Ottoman Empire on his sort of grand tour, and he sort of came back with a whole load of the clothing from over there and was known to wear it everywhere to kind of show off how well travelled he was. So he'd wear it to dinner and stuff, so he's sort of there in his big sort of like turban set up, that there's sort of several portraits of him wearing this outfit that he brought back with him and liked to show off. And then right next to him there's one that looks a bit like Groot. Not sure whether that's original or not, it's hard to tell, but yeah. But our next stop is the banqueting hall, which is kind of where most of the meeting would take place when the club was here. There you go.
This is much taller than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
It's much taller than it was originally. So yeah, this is one of the spaces that suffered worst from the whole ceiling falling in thing, because obviously it's a massive void in a chalk hill. Yeah, so this space probably originally would have been about as wide as it is tall, but up until the 70s, bits would just fall off the ceiling, because obviously big void, chalk hill, and the nature of chalk is it crumbles if you don't support it properly. It's not going to do it today. It has been very much fixed. And in fact, if you look up, you can see how it's been fixed. A big sort of metal mesh has been bolted into the ceiling, which is great because it keeps the ceiling up, and the bats love it because they climb up above it to sleep. Now, history-wise, back in the day, this is where the majority of the meeting of the Hellfire Club would take place. So they would have a big table in the middle, they'd have big banquets down here, big feasts, and everyone was allowed here. Superior and inferior members, everyone was allowed in this space. Now, this space also has 4 little alcoves off it. In fact, I'm stood in front of one. These days they have bars across them, mostly to stop people climbing inside, but back in the day they would have had curtains drawn across them and mattresses inside. One of the other things the club were known for were their sort of big sort of sex parties, orgies, and it is not known whether each alcove belonged to a particular member of the club, or potentially if each alcove belonged to one of the women who were paid to be there and they sort of would get visitors. We do know, however, that there are tally marks on the front because they were keeping track of how many people were taken to bed inside each alcove. You know, at least those records have survived.
A little bit harder to burn those.
Yes, so the meetings would take place here. They'd have big banquets. There's talk of them having like a full like quartet of musicians down here, and obviously all the food would be brought over from West Wickham Estate. And this is where everyone was welcome. But deeper than here, only the 12 inner members of the club, the superior members, would be allowed. So this was Sir Francis and sort of his closest friends. So, you know, Paul Whitehead, the Earl of Sandwich, John Wilkes, a man called Thomas Potter, who was we'll talk about him later, but he was a poet. His half-brother, Sir John, who's the one who took the title over from him. And these sort of 12 inner members were the only ones who were allowed deeper into the caves. This is also the site of the only sort of mostly confirmed death in the cave, and that is that of Suki, our white lady. So Suki worked and lived at the George and Dragon Coaching Inn in the High Street. It's still a sort of a pub and sort of has a little rooms you can stay in to this day, but back in the day it was one of the major stop-offs between London and Oxford, and West Wickham itself was. There was at least like sort of 5 or 6 coaching inns in the High Street, and the George and Dragon was one of them. And Suki worked behind the bar. She lived sort of in the servants' quarters at the top, and she probably came from quite poor beginnings. Her parents were probably farmers in the area, pretty much everyone was back then. This is about 1800. And she was hoping to find a better life for herself. She wanted to be sort of taken away from this life, and she was hoping to sort of catch the eye of one of the men who came from the cities, from London and Oxford, passing through. And one night she really hit it off with a guy in the bar. You know, they were sort of chatting, flirting over the bar, and that evening she returned to her room and a note was shoved under the door. It said, you know, come meet me at the caves. We're gonna run away together. Wear your finest dress. And it was from this guy from the bar. So, you know, Suki was thrilled. This is what she'd been hoping for. She told one person where she was going, which was her roommate Catherine, and they sort of dressed her in her finest dress, probably her Sunday best, maybe her mother's wedding dress, and she grabbed a lantern and came up to the caves. Now, at the entrance to the caves, she didn't find this gentleman, but she could hear a voice calling her into the caves. So she followed the voice down, through all the tunnels we've just been through until she reached this space, which is the banqueting hall. Now, here she didn't find this gentleman from the bar. What she found was 3 of the local village boys who thought it was hilarious that she believed this man was going to take her away to the city. She was angry. She grabbed some gravel and threw it at them. They picked up bigger rocks, threw them back, and struck her in the head. Now, the ending of the story differs. There's a few different versions. In some, the blow killed her instantly and the boys left her here, maybe dragged her to the entrance and left her there. In other versions, the boys ran off, but the blow hadn't killed her, it just knocked her out, and she managed to crawl back to the entrance before passing away. Some versions have them taking her back to the George and Dragon, where she passed away in her rooms. But Suki is probably the most prolific ghost around here. She is seen and heard most days, either here at the top of the hill where she's buried, pretty much directly above our heads, or at the George and Dragon pub where she used to live. She is sometimes seen at the end of corridors, a flash of white going past, or people hear sobbing, screaming, gravel being thrown. That tends to be Suki.
These statues aren't original.
No, they are replicas of various, I think, Greek and Roman gods. The Hellfire Club itself liked its symbolism a lot. So obviously they all dressed as an order of monks, and they called themselves the Monks of Medmedden, the Knights of Sir Francis. They never actually called themselves the Hellfire Club. That's kind of a nickname they got. But they loved their sort of symbolism of kind of various ancient religions from across Europe. Sir Francis was sent on 2 grand tours in his youth because they kind of hoped that he'd go and get some culture and meet some people and calm down. And he came back with a great appreciation for the sort of art and architecture of Europe and worse, which is how things like the Hellfire Club ended up happening.
Why would they dress as like the monks and the nuns?
They like to sort of dress up as monks and then sort of almost perform these sort of satanic acts. They were known or suspected to dabble in Satanism. Whether they were actual proper Satanists or kind of rich boys dabbling is hard to tell because we don't have the records because of Paul. But yeah, they were very much sort of thumbing their nose at the religious institutions of the day. So back then it was a case of you were either a good upstanding Christian in public or, you know, you were a terrible person. So in public they would be these sort of like good upstanding figures. Sir Francis and Benjamin Franklin even sort of wrote a new prayer book. Was one of their kind of little side projects when they were hanging out. They wrote sort of this prayer book to try and make church services more sort of enjoyable for the masses rather than sort of a bit long and boring like they thought they were at the time. So they'd have these sort of public sort of images and then they'd come down the cave and do the complete opposite. And, you know, they'd have orgies and satanic rituals, black masses, sort of big sort of gluttonous banquets that they'd have in here.
Yeah, it's kind of like defiling it, dressing as it, and doing these things. Because there's a lot of stories that we've done on different like sects that will dress as bishops or monks and then sometimes like have sex with is unfortunate. Not saying that that happened here, but that's just like something I've noticed. It's interesting. It goes along with that esoteric thought of like inverting it for power.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously we don't know exactly what kind of sort of people were brought in for the orgies. We know that, oh, what's the quote? Women of a cheerful, lively disposition to improve the general hilarity was kind of the the type of woman they would invite. Almost definitely prostitutes. Maybe if some of them had sort of like wives and mistresses who were kind of down for that kind of thing, they'd be brought along as well. But definitely a large number of the women were paid to be there for their services. So.
And would this be where like the black masses were held and stuff like that?
Oh no, that's deeper down. We haven't got to that yet.
It's a long way.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, on some of our events that we've held here with the Hellfire Caves, one couple of happenings in particular that sort of spring to mind. We decided one night as we were coming back up to line up. There's a little passageway at the back of the banquet in. So I think Bradley was at one end and I'm at the other end, and we were having 4 to 6 stones, and they were coming through from here. There was nobody in this area at all. Another night, this
means rocks were being thrown at you?
These were coming like through.
Really?
Yeah, that one and there's the other one. That one through there because the tunnel loops around with it.
I think you just chipped that priceless art there.
She looks harmless. The second time, and it was only me that saw it, and I still can't work it out today, but I always remember when I come down. Obviously when it's pitch black, when you're looking down that way, it is just pitch black. And the only way I can describe it is, it was a face, and you know how we see the sort of, like a Guy Fawkes, the sort of pointy, and the beard, that, but it was in like a neon tubes. It was like a neon light outline of like just the face doing that, but it was like how we'd see Guy Fawkes. I don't know if that fits in with any portraits of any people that were here, but it was, yeah.
You saw that with your
Saw
eyes?
that from roughly standing here and looking down. If you ignore the red light there, it's pitch black when you look into that. It was like leaning, and it was almost like a neon tube. Do you know like the neon tube signs, just like that, but with the goatee beard?
I mean, almost Satan. Like,
Yeah.
did it have horns?
No, but it was, yeah, that pointy chin, yeah.
It's a little creepy.
Yeah. People tend to feel unwelcome down here, is the other thing, because we are. So this is as far as all the inferior members of the club are allowed. Past here, it was the inner superior members of the club as well, sort of the 12 sort of brothers of the club. Quite often we get people picking up a presence sort of stood here as well, which we suggest might be some sort of guard who was guarding the door, because obviously only certain people are allowed past here and someone would have been blocking their path. Now we're going to go past here because they're dead and they can't stop me. Right, now this part of the caves is currently known as the Triangle, which is very creative because it is a triangle. But back in the days of the Hellfire Club, it was known as Judgment's Pass. It was said that when the members came this far, they would be asked to judge themselves. If they considered themselves a saint, they would go this way. If they considered themselves a sinner, they would go the other way. And it said that if you chose incorrectly, that judgment would come to you. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but in the future. Now, I know me, so I'm going to go this way. I'll let you guys judge yourselves.
Okay, down the bottom end, we do get people actually feeling not great. Women in particular are touched.
Why'd you say that? Where does that happen?
Further down, right down the bottom end, towards the river Styx. The other side, this as we step into hell.
You ever been to hell before?
2002.
What happened?
It was a good evening, if I remember right. We had that, so we got touched. I think that was further down as well,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
And just standing around, and it's always when you're not filming, which is, I always find ironic. And you just have a bit of downtime, just having a bit of a laugh and a chat, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
and it's like, what was that? We also had a lot of voices, picked up voices. The problem is with the cave system, it echoes, so it was hard to know, was it one of our team or was it, and that's why I was trying to distribute the voice recorders further apart. But yeah, there was a couple of children sounding voices, which was really unusual.
Footsteps approaching when we're down there
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, children voices, that tends to be another one of our spirits, Martha, who is a young girl who tends to run up and down the long straight bit. We don't know exactly who she is or why she is here, but anyone who gets in contact with her name's Martha. So I'm going to declare myself a sinner and go this way. I don't know about you guys.
Should I go get judged?
Yeah.
Wait, can you get judged down here? Yeah. I want to get judged.
Yay!
Got some saints.
Yeah, I've been known.
There we go. Right, well, we'll head a bit deeper then.
Hey. This guy's creepy as hell.
Oh yes, that is John Wilkes. You'd think it's a bad mannequin, but no, he was that ugly. It was said he shouldn't look at pregnant women in case it was catching.
Seriously?
Yep. I've got a picture of him somewhere, I'll show you in a minute. Now this is one of the spaces that we don't know the original function for. We currently have mannequin displays in here. It's possible it was, storage for food and drink. It's pretty cold down here all year round, so it'll make a decent fridge. But we don't actually know why it's here. And I don't know if that's Paul's fault, but I'm blaming him anyway. Most of it's his fault. But we are just before what is known as the River Styx. Now, as we mentioned, they like their symbolism, and the River Styx is obviously from Greek mythology, the river between the land of the living and the land of the dead. So if we head this way, I'll show you our River Styx.
Whoa. That is crazy.
Holy shit.
I didn't expect there to be a river.
So, the River Styx. Now, the bit we're stood on is not original to the caves in the time of the club. This bridge bit was put in when we opened as a tourist attraction just to make it easier to get across. But in the time of the club, they had stepping stones, or some stories say a full gondola down here to get across this nice little bit of river. Now, it is a real water source, so it's just where the water table sits around here. When they were digging it out, they found it and thought, we can make a feature of this. But it is not a river, sadly. I'm here to ruin all the magic. It's actually more of an S shape. So each way it goes around the corner and stops, but it's designed to look, when crossing with, a candle or a torch, that it looks like it goes on forever. It's not actually that long. The stalactites and stalagmites, also not real, part of the display. The ones we have currently are mostly sort of chicken wire and foam over the top and painted. There's some stories that they had fake ones back in the day that they'd stolen from Cheddar Gorge. Whether that's true or not, we don't know. We haven't found them down here. But it is a real water source and it's really cold. As someone who's been wading in it, I do not recommend.
You've been wading in that?
Yes. So we decorate it for Halloween and Christmas. We put sort of bits floating in the water, like usually limbs and things to go with whatever the Halloween theme is, which is great because to get them in, you just sort of throw them from the bridge. But then to get them out, you go in with the waders and fish them out.
You ever worried something's going to grab you underwater?
It's more likely that the wires grab you underwater in there, actually, because obviously with all the wiring and stuff under the water, they're just sort of laying there.
These gate connections, are those original?
These ones, we think so. They're certainly sort of older than any of us here. There's a gate on the inside that's not original, because the inner temple itself used to have the same problem as the banqueting hall with the ceiling, so we didn't let people in there up until lockdown when that was fixed. So these ones, probably more from the time of the club. The ones on the inside, more modern. So obviously they've very much gone for the whole symbolism of the river cutting off their ritual space from the rest of the world. And I did used to have a colleague who claimed to see bodies floating in the water. Yeah. So we've had a few people work here over the years who have sort of more medium tendencies, sensitivities to these kind of things. And this one colleague in particular refused to come down here. She wouldn't go past the banqueting hall because it just felt really wrong for her. But any time she ended up having to come down here, she would not look in the water because she saw bodies in it.
That's freaky. I hope we found the body in the water.
I'd like to see that.
There you go. Right, let's head into the inner temple. There we go. There we go. So this is the inner temple, and it's actually probably the most graffitied space in the cave. Actually, there's an awful lot of writing in the walls to the point that we don't know what's original and what's not. You know, it's been sort of 270 years of people doodling. But we do know that we are currently stood about 300 feet directly under the church on top of the hill. So someone actually like 3D scanned the caves and the hill, and we are directly underneath. I have the picture of it actually, where's my thing? But yeah, how the heck they measured it back in the day, I don't know. Some very talented architect figured out exactly how to do that. They liked their symbolism, there it is. So we are here, and directly above us is where the altar of the church sits.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Yep.
As above, so below.
Exactly, you've got your heaven above and your man dug hell below, and they did it on purpose. Now,
These tunnels are really long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but yeah, 1/4 mile from top to bottom, and it's not too bad on the way down, but you feel it on the way up because you're walking uphill. Been here 3.5 years and the hill doesn't get easier. But yeah, so this is the very bottom chamber of the caves, and this is where the sort of inner circle of the club would hold their private meetings. Now this is another thing that we don't have a lot of confirmed information about because of Paul, but it is suspected that they would sort of partake in various sort of, I suppose, private orgies, rituals. There are sort of stories of them performing black masses. We don't know if they partook in like sacrifices, because again, that's not written down. But we do know that this particular room is probably one of our most haunted rooms. It's said that there's a portal down here, because obviously with the club carrying out their rituals, potentially not exactly knowing what they were doing, more just sort of playing around with things, and so not doing it properly or safely. And people have been coming down here and doing rituals ever since. A few years ago we had a satanic priest in here, not by choice. We had we had a filming come down here, and those of us who were up in the cafe with the crew that kept hearing, oh, the priest will be here soon, and we're like, interesting choice, but sure. Satanic priest showed up in his full regalia with his books and everything, wanted to burn Bible pages down here, and we didn't let him. So he burnt them in the car park and brought the ashes down. There used to be a table in here, so he had a full pentagram set up on it, you know, sort of drinking his sacrificial wines, the whole 9 yards. And it's strange because before that, this space was always kind of tranquil. It's like pin drop silent in here when I'm not yapping, and it's always been kind of like a calm space. After we had that guy in, it was so weird in here. The vibes just went completely wrong for like months. We had the space cleansed and it still felt kind of weird. Be interesting to see what you pick up.
So what would their rituals look like? Is there any idea or theory?
Again, we don't know for sure because of Paul, but from sort of writings between members and stories that people tell of the club, they'd sort of do like a black mass. They'd have a woman and drink the sacrificial wine out of her navel, you know, the whole 9 yards. The story is that the club had the largest collection of satanic literature at the time as well, so clearly they were reading up on the subject, as well as one of the largest collections of pornographic literature. So, you know, well read. In certain ways. But yes, this space is also where we attribute our hooded figure to, which is another one of our spirits. So the hooded figure only started showing up after the inner temple was open to the public. So around sort of 2021, when people started being allowed back after lockdown. We don't know who it is. Several people who've been here and tried to sense it reckon it's a manifestation of the devil, like maybe the club finally succeeded. But it's just a figure completely in black robes, tends to stand at the end of corridors or in one of the arches of the facade out the front and just watch people. We've also seen it in the top of the tower on top of the church as well.
Really? You've seen it in the tower of the church?
Yeah, so the church on top of the hill, the Church of St. Lawrence, pretty much directly above our heads right now, and it has the golden ball on top, which West Wickham is kind of known for. And the golden ball was put in by Sir Francis. He kind of did up the church essentially, because there was an old medieval church up there that was, you know, the roof was falling in and it was all a bit sort of ruined, and he had it sort of extended and made much more of a grand feature, and the mausoleum at the front as well, sort of as his family mausoleum. He sort of made the top of the hill, you know, something to look up to, something to be proud of. And in fact, the road that they made by digging out these caves is a straight line looking at that golden ball. So he was very much like, here is the road that presents my golden ball and mausoleum atop the hill. But yeah, in the tower we have seen the hooded figure sort of, again, he kind of looms over and looks at people, just like standing and looking down at the churchyard.
And, like, what would be
Perhaps you just die.
Yeah, battery died. There is actually a space to sit inside the golden ball. You can sit about 6 people in there. They don't let you up anymore because it's a bit wobbly, and obviously they don't want it rolling off the roof. But back in the day, Sir Francis would sit up there with some of his friends. They sort of take drinks up, and he'd also use mirrors essentially to signal to one of his friends over in Camberley who had a similar sort of golden ball on top of a monument, John Norris, who I think also lived at Hewenden for a while. He had a similar tower with a golden ball on top, and they'd sort of use mirrors in the sun to flash signals to each other.
But I guess my question is, like, I feel like with some of these clubs and these groups, they utilize imagery that is satanic or occult coded, but they're not actually, it's, I think, like you said, maybe they were rich party boys just dabbling.
Yeah.
But when you go to this length and you have those stories and those texts, I mean, I feel, just reading into it, that they were actually trying to conjure something, but what would be the ultimate point of the club?
It's one of those things that's hard to tell due to sort of lack of proper records, but yeah, with the sort of the lengths they went to and the amount of symbolism they put into it, you get the sense that at least some of them were sort of properly into it and doing it properly. But
would you say trying to like conjure something or talk to something?
Possibly. I know that there's a lot of stories about how they would sort of try to sort of toast to the devil at dinner and sort of summon him to join them. In fact, that's where the baboon story comes from, which is my favourite story. So there were 2 members of the club, the Earl of Sandwich, who is the guy who invented the term the sandwich, a visionary. He was a prolific card player, and he would instruct his staff to put his meat between 2 pieces of bread so that he didn't have to stop playing cards to eat his dinner. And obviously the term the sandwich stuck. And there was also John Wilkes, who was sort of a poet, a writer, had a fair bit to do with the press as well, and they did not get on. They were like political opposites. They had this sort of weird rivalry going on, but they ran in the same social circles, so they kind of ended up in a strange prank war about it. I've got pictures of them actually. John Wilkes is the one who was so ugly he shouldn't look at pregnant women. There he is. Look at that forehead. What a guy. Yes, and then of course the Earl of Sandwich, complete in his lovely turban, which is why we reckon that particular face in the wall is him, because of the turban. Now they didn't get on, and the kind of prank war culminated in a prank that Wilkes played on Sandwich. Wilkes acquired a baboon. Now, this was a time when people went sort of on their travels and came back with a bunch of animals and didn't really know what to do with them, so they just put them in the garden. And one of his friends had a baboon. And so he got this baboon and he dressed it up as the devil, and he put it in a box. And he put the box in the corner of the room where the club were going to be having dinner. This was at Medmenham Abbey, which they sort of still maintained as a place to have meetings. They'd sort of use both. So that evening he knew it was Sandwich's turn to be giving the toast, and they sort of take it in turns to sort of toast to the devil and invite him to join them for dinner. So Wilkes thread some wire under the carpet to his chair so that he could open the baboon box whenever he felt like it. Later on that evening, the Earl of Sandwich was stood up giving the toast, and that was when Wilkes let the baboon out, which was very angry because it had been shoved in a box for several hours and it was a baboon. And so it jumped at the first thing it saw, which was the Earl of Sandwich stood up giving the toast. Now, obviously, Sandwich, this was a time when many people hadn't seen a banana, let alone a baboon, and Sandwich thought he had succeeded in summoning the devil and immediately started freaking out. He started, calling on God to save him. He claimed he was only half a sinner. I was only fooling. Eventually, the baboon jumped out the window, and they weren't able to catch it. But the rest of the club kind of cottoned on to what had happened because Wilkes was sat there laughing his arse off. Sandwich was furious, humiliated, and vowed to have nothing to do with the club ever again. And he retaliated by taking a poem that Wilkes had written into Parliament. Now, this poem that Wilkes had written with another member of the club, Thomas Potter, was called An Essay on Women. It's gross, don't read it. It was kind of a parody of a poem that existed at the time called An Essay on Man, which was kind of talking about man's relationship with God, this very holy poem. And they had taken it and just made it awful and about women, and sort of opinions of women at the time were already rancid. And this poem is horrible by today's standards, but back then was straight up illegal. Like they had laws about what you could publish that was influencing the public. So Wilkes had to flee to France to get away from the persecution, and Thomas Potter was thrown in jail.
All because of a baboon.
All because of a baboon. Well, they very much sort of believed, judging by that they were attempting to summon something and that something could be summoned, because obviously Sandwich thought he had succeeded. He reckoned that he'd, finally summoned the devil and wasn't quite as pleased about it as you would think.
It is like they're playing on two levels, aren't they? They're trying to get the best of two worlds. Let's build a nice church, let's build a satanic inner temple. It's like, who's going to come to us first? Or can we get both?
Yeah. Very much sort of playing both sides of it and having this sort of public image where they're these sort of good, upstanding members of society, these sort of well-dressed gentlemen who were, members of parliament and were doing good public works and giving people jobs, and then they'd go underground, and the complete opposite, this sort of the Satanism, the sort of... And then they'd go underground, and the complete opposite, this sort of the Satanism, the sort of... And then they'd go underground, and the complete opposite, this sort of the Satanism, the sort of... Yeah, it sounded like something like...
It is it? Me. Are you making a baby sound?
No.
Well, something did.
Since we've been in this room, I've had a pain in my back as well, right between the shoulder blades. Is that relevant? Is there any stories of...
It's something that people sort of experience down here a lot. We're not sure sort of what to attribute it to, but a lot of people, feel like almost like something's like pushing them, like not wanting them down here, trying to...
Yeah, it's like centre of the back and also around the back of the neck. It's on the right hand side.
So 2 more questions.
Yep.
What's the scariest spirit down here, like the most negative?
Probably the hooded figure, in particular because he's such an unknown. Suki, she's angry and she's sad, and she tends to be more of a danger to blokes, so good luck. But the worst she does is throw stones. Paul, again, he's loud and he's angry, but the hooded figure is the one that we know the least about, so he's probably the most dangerous just because we don't know what he does and is capable of. But this space as well is said to be a portal, so we get a lot of passers-by, sort of people who aren't necessarily tied to the cave. They're just sort of it's like Grand Central Station. People pass through, and mediums that we've had down have said sometimes the cave is like walking through Piccadilly Circus, and it's so loud in their heads, and sometimes it's, you're just walking down Chalk Cave and you see like 1 or 2 things out the corner of your eye.
Are there any really crazy paranormal stories that you haven't shared?
Ooh. I mean, we get people talking about experiences down here pretty much every day. I've had colleagues who've had their hair tugged against the wall, who feel like they're being literally shoved out of the cave. We even have things happen in the cafe. We've got a big display cauldron that we put glow sticks in to sell them, and that gets pushed off of sides. I think the craziest thing is that it's constant. Every day there's something. Someone comes up and just sort of felt like something was pulling my hair, felt like I was being pushed. People come up with handprints on them in chalk despite no one having been near them.
And what's the freakiest story anyone's ever told you?
So my colleague Willow is one of my colleagues that has sort of medium tendencies. And she seems to have a particular connection with Suki. She grew up in the village all her life, to the point where she's seen Suki manifest at the foot of her bed in her house. We did an investigation at the George where Suki used to live, and Willow did what's known as a walk-in, which I was there to witness, and it was the weirdest thing, because I've known Willow for years. She was my friend before I even started working here. And she was sat in front of this mirror, and all of a sudden her head sort of dropped. And when it picked up and she sort of looked around again, she started looking at her hands and her arms like the tattoos that were there shouldn't be there. And then she started talking to us, but it wasn't Willow we were talking to, it was Suki. And someone somewhere has the audio of it. It's sort of 5-10 minutes long of this whole conversation we're having. And it's coming out of Willow's mouth, but it is not Willow, it's Suki that we're talking to. It was the weirdest night.
That's pretty creepy. Oh shit. Yeah. You should try that tonight.
It's a bit scary.
That was in room 12. There's so many mirrors in that room. There's too many mirrors in room 12. It's an unnecessary number of mirrors.
Alright. Well, let's back up.
I'm on the IR camera down here as well.
There's nothing in the cave from us that whistles, and there's no breeze down here.
Ask him to do it. What the? Is that you?
No.
Did a rock just get thrown here? Did you hear that?
I think we're dead still.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you weren't moving. This something just landed
Yeah.
right here.
Do you get water in here?
What the?
You do, but I'm gonna drip.
There's nobody's dry tonight.
Yeah, it's particularly dry with target.
Something literally just landed like right here.
It's like that rock through, yeah.
Drop it on the ground. It sounded denser than that.
It was almost bigger than that or heavier.
It was like that, but it skipped almost, you know?
There next to your foot. That big one there.
Oh, yeah.
This one?
That brown one, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
There's that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it.
So that's dropped from a height.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Thrown from over there.
Yeah.
I bet we're not filming, are we?
I was filming. Yes, right, because I just asked you to do it and then that happened. All right, now you gotta ask. Now we gotta see what happens.
Has there somebody come down with us? You followed us down? Again, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, you've got our attention, come and do something. Use your voice, maybe say hello. Can you whistle?
Did you just throw a rock at me? I know.
Well, it's just really quite like a distant, like a television or something, but way
Yeah.
distance.
You get an awful lot of that, you know, like someone's talking like 2 hours
Yeah.
away. You can hear the rumble of the voice, but not what they're saying.
You should ask once for them to do something because they know you.
Yes.
Who's followed us down? We're paying attention. What is it you want?
That was a knock, wasn't it? That was like on the metal right there.
Is that a whistle again?
Yep.
Yeah.
You get reports of an imp down here sometimes.
An imp?
Yeah.
Like a crawling little thing?
Yeah, like some sort of little thing. One of my colleagues reckon she saw it sort of its face appearing on the cameras, but then you look back at the footage and there's nothing there. It's fabulous.
Now you gotta ask someone.
Suki, are you down here? Would you like to come and talk to us? Tell us your story?
Yeah.
That was behind you, wasn't it? Yeah. I think
Possibly a drip. That side is the side.
Oh, there's.
if you can hear us, walk towards us. Throw a stone. Does the name Dashwood mean anything?
I don't know.
Is the devil here with us?
Keep hearing whispering. Yeah, it's really. It's almost like far away. You can move into the next little bit to see if it's.
Yeah.
I'm down. Can you turn the lights off down here?
Yeah, I'm good from the remote.
Dude, let's just sit here for a second. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. No, there's not.
Yeah, turn the lights on.
Is there anybody down here?
Movie.
Oh, there's movement over here.
There's just like a drip in there, but then I heard like a woo.
Clothing.
It's also. Look up the tunnel. It's as if there's something white up the tunnel. In this.
God damn, that's
I can't
creepy.
see shit. It's dark.
No.
Solid.
Oh, did you hear that bang?
Yeah.
That might be one of the emergency lights further up. They have a little green glow in them.
Can you see what I mean though, Violet?
Yeah.
Practical.
Dude, there's actually something down there. Do you hear that, Colin? It's like. God, you can't see a goddamn thing. Is there someone or something down this tunnel? Hooded man?
The monks?
We were in the temple. We heard the noises. We've come out. Is that what you wanted? You wanted us out?
I just heard like a owl.
It's one of you already have, isn't it?
Yeah, like
I almost smelled cigar for a second.
I bet they would have smoked them down here.
oh yeah.
Would have been part of the bravado.
For sure. We're about to leave and then come back. Do you want that?
Interior.
Oh, we are here in the interior.
Thanks. Are you here, Paul? Are you saddened that your heart was stolen by an Australian soldier?
Rock.
Truck.
Oh, I thought I said
I
rock.
thought it said rock as well.
Let's say shit. Well, should we go back up?
Yeah, let's get some gear.
Oh, well, you got your lights out wish, Paul.
Yeah, no, stop talking.
Look out for his gear on the way up.
Hold up, hold up. It sounded like someone was running up behind me. Come here, kind of, I see the resemblance.
Yeah.
It's kind of got your spiky hair.
I think this one looks really fun.
Which one?
Just those holes.
Let's get the out of here.
So the history in the caves is astounding. We've covered this already, but I mean, wow. You don't really see locations like this very often, an actual cave system
built for a devil-worshipping elite cult. It's not a conspiracy, it's recorded history when it comes to the Hellfire Caves. And we could talk all day about things that may have happened, that might have happened, theories, but I feel like we gave you guys more than enough knowledge for now. Something very scary was about to happen. So, as you've probably seen by now in this video, there's a lot of B-roll of a Baphomet-looking guy in the cave system. Baphomet being, you know, Satan, the goat-headed deity. And that's me. I was in that costume. It's essentially a costume that extends your hands out. They're like 3 feet long, these like gloves that have the fingers, and then you sit the mask on top of your head and it makes you like 7 feet tall. So Connor and I went alone down into the Hellfire Caves after the interview and before the investigation to knock this B-roll out. While we were down there, things changed very quickly.
Just bringing Satan back down to hell.
God. Oh, shit, sleep.
Just dug down.
Oh. Oh my God.
Wait, turn towards me.
No. I literally can't see.
Duck down.
Let's get a shot right here.
Here, no. I want to get a shot of you walking down.
Wait.
Hold on. Oh my God. Take a little step to the right. Your right? Or my right, yeah.
This way?
Back to where you were. It's pretty freaky.
Oh, this is creepy, man.
Hold on.
Make sure to get some, like,
Yeah.
zoom ins.
Put the hands down. You didn't pick the fucking hands up high enough. What? No. Stay there.
What the hell was that?
I don't know.
Is anybody down here?
No. Yeah.
Did you just film that moment?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, I can't see. Oh, no. Yeah, get a shot of this. Wait, you were filming when we heard that?
Yeah.
We're doing B-roll, but...
Hold on. You hitting the ceiling made your fucking head crushing. Hands up.
Look, here. How about one where I walk in?
I'd go from the other way. It's a little bit taller.
God damn, it's creepy.
Come on in.
Can you see me?
Actually, let me get a shot like this, and you're walking back out the building. There you go. It's pretty f***ing freaky. Alright, stay there.
Oh, how about up here?
Okay. Those hands are f***ing ridiculous. Alright.
How about standing up here? You stand there.
Those hands are f***ing killing me.
Is it a little creepy though?
Yeah. Go that way.
I can't see anything.
Turn around. Ooh.
Nothing to see here.
Duck. What?
The light scared me. Oh, hell yeah. Here we go.
Keep walking down that hall.
Hey! Hello? see that?
No?
Come down here. Whoa!
What?
Shine a light down there. Jason!
What was it?
I do.
What was it? Take off the fucking mask. What if you had to run?
I swear to God, dude. Holy shit, there was a figure down there. You did not see that?
No.
It looked like Paul or somebody thin by that film down there. See what I'm pointing at? That red
Yeah?
pillar on the side? I literally swear on my life, on Courtney's wife, there was just somebody that was stood there or moved. I don't know if it's the mask.
Take it off.
I want to finish getting the B-roll. Hello?
Alright. 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 Alright.
Where's my arm?
Alright. Cutting this.
Oh, ow! Oh, God! Keep walking. Jesus, man.
It just keeps getting shorter down here.
Shit. Fuck me. Dude, I don't think he's down here, bro.
Jason? Paul? That is kind of freaky.
What? Seriously though, ask him.
Jason! I don't know, dude.
I don't think there's anybody down here.
Whoa, look at this.
What?
Oh, you can't f***ing see it.
What?
Watch out. There's a hole in the wall.
Oh, right there.
Wait, what the f*** was that?
That's like a fucking rock. Did you hear a whistle?
Yeah. Hello? Just goes hunting with Baphomet. Let's go back this way. It's too short.
Walking up here. Ugh. Right here.
Alright.
Focus right here.
Yep.
Keep it still.
Ooh.
How about this?
Oh, f***. Back fast?
Let me do it one time.
Nice. sounded like... It sounded like a little kid, like, running.
Are you serious?
Yes. What the f***, dude?
All right, guys. So we are here right now. Obviously, as you can see, this is the mouth of hell. We are about to descend deep into the Hellfire Caves. When I say that I've wanted to do this video for a very, very long time, I mean it. This is like a truly exciting opportunity for me. And it's a perfectly spooky English night. You've got winds whipping outside, you've got rain, it's dark and gloomy. And yeah, I mean, there's just so much down there to explore. Interestingly, when we just checked all of our batteries, our main cameras, every single battery's dead. Very strange. We've never had this issue, really. We have 4 batteries for that camera. Each one of them is dead. So tonight we are unfortunately having to film with both of our handy cams and try to conserve those batteries so that we don't run out when we're deep in the tunnels. But tonight we are joined by a special guest, my man, Jason. What's up, brother?
Nice to see you, Colin.
You want to introduce yourself to everybody?
Hello, you may have seen me before. My name is Jason Higgs, and I am the co-founder of Encounters,
Which is a...
paranormal show in the UK.
So you may have seen him.
That's
and-
now on Amazon Prime?
It's on Amazon Prime in the US.
Sweet.
So you've been here before?
Yes, 2002, so it was a long time ago. And I have vague memories of certain areas. It seems a lot different. It's been, 23 years since I've been here. It seems bigger, seems longer. Just doing the walkthrough brings back some memories, but I just don't remember it being this way. It's almost as though the tunnels are moved, which seems very strange to me.
Well, they opened, didn't they say that that whole area is kind of like the last few years,
Yes.
like accessible?
And that's unknown to me, that bit. But even, as you walk into those circular tunnels, I don't remember those. Really strange, but 23 years.
Shit, 23 years.
It's been a
That's
long time.
almost how old you are.
Man, don't put them down too much, man.
Well, we're truly excited to have you out, man.
Well,
And
thanks for inviting me.
without further ado, we have all of our shit in there. I think it's time to go to hell.
Sounds like a good night to me.
Oh shit, I forgot about you too. We gotta have you say what's up.
What's up?
How you doing, buddy?
Honestly, I don't know. I've got a really weird feeling about these tunnels. Never really seen much like this except for in Italy when we did the Knights Templar tombs and tunnels. It's just so odd. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. You have to be doing some really weird up to carve tunnels this long underground, under a church, just to hang out with your boys. That doesn't make any sense. You have to be doing some really weird things that are not okay with society to be doing stuff like this. So much mystery. I mean, burning the records. Why would you do that if you weren't doing up shit? You wouldn't. I'm really excited to see what we get tonight because there's so much mystery behind this. Walking down these tunnels, you feel like there's someone right behind you breathing down your neck. It's just a very, very uneasy feeling. So I'm ready to hop right into this. See if we meet the devil tonight.
How'd that make you feel?
Excited.
Nice.
All right.
Used to investigating alone. So,
Shit, yeah, that's your thing, is doing it alone. So not tonight.
Not tonight.
Unless we lock you down there and leave you in there. Usually people are like, no,
don't do that.
He's like, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's no big deal.
All right. All right, so we are about to head into the Hellfire Caves, and
Look
they're
at
about
that.
to turn the lights off. Are you ready for this?
I don't know, man. We just saw a person like down there that
Yeah,
wasn't
no,
there.
no one was there. Here's the top.
And here we go below.
All right, let's kill him.
Lights off!
God damn it.
So good.
Dude,
All right.
creepy is this, dude?
Here's our descent to hell. Here comes a descent into darkness.
So I'm not usually one to pray or anything like that. Are any of you guys?
No.
No.
Singapore theory mainly. So we'll recreate music, maybe dress up in costume to represent that era.
Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me.
But generally, no.
Me either. But tonight, I'm just gonna say, whoever's here, whoever's out there, higher power, God, whatever you are, please join us this evening and protect us as we venture down into these caves. Amen.
Amen.
Did you hear that? Please join us this evening and protect us as we venture down into these caves. Amen.
Amen.
Did you hear that? But did you hear that like bang right when I said amen?
I think it's going to be an eventful night.
Creepy ass rainy night too. All right, guys. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Let's go. This is so loud.
I know. I'm just carrying this.
This one's heavy.
I'm gonna have to wheel mine too.
Start at the bottom and work back up, or?
Yeah. I want to do something in the bottom.
You want to do what? Did you want this trail cam set up?
Jason.
This trail cam's knocked over.
No, yeah, SD cards knackered on it. I
Huh.
thought I bought the spare ones and I haven't. So it's.
I thought something knocked it over.
I was wondering what this meant earlier.
Me too.
Because there's a children's cave right here. Children ever since 1754. A small candle to get light.
Oh god, that scared me.
You didn't see that before?
I did, but I forgot it was there. Hey, Colin. What if you heard that right now?
Oh, I'd be pretty creeped out.
What if you heard?
I'm gonna kill you. Probably scream.
I'd be like this. Yay! Woohoo!
Not right.
Terminal steps.
Yeah. It's not right now. Is that mist?
It looks like it.
Yeah. It's misty, doesn't it?
What can you see?
It's like mist.
You can see it on your flashlight.
Mm-hmm.
In a temple, this is where you get your footsteps coming down from this area, down anywhere from here now down to the temple.
I keep thinking this guy's gonna turn around and stare at us. Whoosh. You know? Let me get a shot of this guy real quick.
The Earl of Sandwich. right, let's hear the game plan, Colin.
Ouija board in the center. Light the candles around the room. Sacrifice Paul.
Yes. Finally.
Yeah, Alice Box has just given us inner. We've just walked into the inner temple and finished. Is that a sign of what's to come?
Inner finished.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
There.
Inner finished there.
All right, so we're just setting up in here, and this device said what?
8.
8. And we're about to set this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles.
Inner temple. We're inner, finished, and 8. So first three words out are relevant to what we're doing.
And the first 3 words out on the ghost radar was take, receive, list.
Take, receive, list.
And it said list after you all said 8.
All right, now we got one more on here.
So we've got James.
Let me zoom in on that. Tell everybody again what your real name is.
James Connor Shannon.
That's great.
What was that?
That was so loud.
I know.
Also, I've been having a lot of visions, nightmares about a man in a black cloak.
We just talked about that last night with the psychics. This goes back to a video in Italy where you first saw it. Mm-hmm. That's creepy. That's actually really creepy. Connor's been having visions of a hooded, robed man. We just were talking about it at length last night. And now we come in here.
The
with
psychic
hooded
last
man.
night said that the person's like following me.
So, I don't know how much we've talked about it in our videos at this point, but when we were in Italy, we did an episode at an abandoned city that was crushed by an earthquake and hundreds of people died. And Connor in the Estes connected to a hooded man that seemed evil. And then you saw it or felt it again at Aleister Crowley's temple. We were talking about it last night during our investigation. And then tonight in here, this is the room with the hooded spirit, the evil, most dark being in this location. And it says James on your device.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, for you. What you got over there?
Step.
What did it say?
Step.
I did fall up it earlier.
So
Me
did
too.
Colin.
I fell on that step right there.
The energy had already started ramping up. We had already started experiencing shadows, what we've seen as full-bodied apparitions, hearing noises, devices that we had starting to go off. I think it was time to go ahead and start investigating this.
So, what you're about to see us do, I would not recommend doing. We're about to, in this footage, open up what we believe is a portal so that any and all energies in the Hellfire Caves or in the area could come through to speak with us. So we did use a Ouija board, and yeah, we wanted to start in the inner temple, which is where they would hold these ceremonies and conduct these rituals. The energy there is indescribable. You could not pay me money to walk down there in the dark by myself. I'm good. It's that freaky to me. It's that vibe where there's someone right on your back, breathing down your neck every moment that you're in the cave system. What happened next was truly astounding. All right, guys, so we are down in the inner temple right now. So, So, I don't know if you've seen it already, but his device said inner, like the moment we walked in here, and then your device said James.
We got priest.
We've got REM pods, equipment set up all throughout this room. But tonight we're gonna do something special and try to take this to the next level.
It's so reactive.
Real.
Like it's real. Don't fuck. So what we're gonna do is Jason and I are gonna sit in the middle.
Yes.
And we're gonna open a portal and invite whoever and whatever to come speak with us. And we're gonna light these candles.
Yes. Yes.
And then we're gonna turn our lights out. We're gonna do it. We gotta. And wait and see what happens.
Out.
Out?
At. Sorry, at.
Huh, that's a pretty big difference.
He doesn't have his readers, huh?
American accent. Can't pick it up.
Out is like, get out. At's like,
Oh,
huh?
okay.
All right. So here's what we'll do, Jason. This will be interesting. I've got these word cubes, and as soon as we open this up, we can each spin it once and see if there's a word that each of us smell. Maybe it's its name.
Excellent.
Without further ado.
Let's light some candles, baby.
So Paul, when we open it up, can you go around and light all of them around us?
Sweet.
It doesn't want us to light the candles. You want to come sit with me?
Yeah, just gonna try.
This is a brand new Ouija board. Never been used.
No blood on this one.
No blood.
Yeah.
Most of our Ouija boards do have blood on them.
All right. So, as soon as we open it up, you can go through and light. You ready?
Let's do it.
So, to whoever's here in the Hellfire Caves, spirit, demon, inhuman spirit, anything, any energy, we are opening a portal and allowing you to come through right now. You can take my energy, you can take the energy from our devices, but we just want to speak with you no matter who you are.
Sacrilege.
That is mad.
Sacrilege?
Oh, sacrilege. Yeah.
All right, say what you want to say.
Yes. We call all the spirits in this location to come forth and speak to us.
Last chance? Oh.
We want to hear from you. We want to hear your story. We want to know why you're still here. Why do you still haunt these corridors of this cave? Are you bound here by some sort of spell, some sort of ritual? Or do you choose to live here?
So, we're going to take our hands off.
Yes.
And the portal is open. So if you see these lights, please try to follow the candle lights. If you can see the thermal energy, and come try to make contact with us.
The chest.
Just. All right. Before we turn the lights on, you want to do this once?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Last one. All right. It's gotten colder. I know, it got cold. I just saw our breath.
No.
Could you see that before?
No.
No, that's really strange. You can literally.
You can see it really well on my camera.
Hide.
Hide?
Hide.
Yeah, it definitely just got way colder, unless I'm tripping out. Okay, so here, try to spell out your name with these dice.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
God.
Yes.
God spelled out right next to each other.
Oh, dude, what the You see that?
What are you saying?
God.
Oh, yeah. Right next to each other.
Holy that's creepy.
God.
And I also Faye. I don't think it's the proper spelling. F-A-Y?
Why?
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't even want to try to decipher that. I've never seen some shit like that. G-O-D. Heart?
Park.
God damn it. Why does it sound like completely different words?
We're welcome.
You are
Well,
welcome.
sees us doing a ritual down here, and they're like, oh, they know what they're doing.
They fuck with this. Yeah, I mean, what we usually do is put this stuff into like a word scrambler and see what it gives us. And we could try to do that, but, I mean, or we could just go with God.
It's pretty crazy right next to each other.
Yeah, that's what I normally, when I do the word dice, it's letters that are grouped together, and normally anything 3 or more characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna count God as who's with us.
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
Now, what God that would be, I don't know. Could it be one of those guys? All right, man.
How many spirits are here with us?
Anne.
Nearly got dying.
Dying. D-Y-I-N. Anne is actually insane. Is there a history with any Anne here?
Again, there's loads of sort of women that have come through, prostitutes. Could have been anybody that's used, abused, and maybe didn't get out of here.
Yeah, that could be Anne dying.
Anne dying. Or it could be Finn. F-I-N-N. Or it could be Lahoa.
Yes! The horror.
No.
Come on.
All right, we going lights out?
All right. Do you want to roll the dice once?
Sure. Put them in the cup for me. To the hooded man, what is your name?
Dude, 2 dice, bro.
Is that dark?
Twice. Die. And pop.
Wish.
Wish, die. Popa.
Yes.
I mean, die twice is really freaky, and the
Yeah.
characters being close to each other. I don't like that.
I don't want to die.
US.
Are you trying to kill me?
Why say US and not us?
What do you want from me?
Me? Yes.
You want to kill this man?
Have we met before?
Shot.
What the f? That scared me. It's coming out of me.
Oh, did you want to roll the dice?
Yeah.
Might as well get everyone in on it once.
Yeah.
So it wants Connor to die.
Twice.
And it said died.
But maybe 2
Dying.
deaths is positive.
2 negatives, that is a positive.
It doesn't matter.
The hooded man's name is.
Anne, again.
Yeah.
Anne, twice.
Yeah.
What the f?
River. R-I-V-E-R.
E-R, river. R-I-V-E-R. Reap?
Like the Reaper?
And then if you count it out as an I from this way, alive.
Alive, yeah. That's true.
Anne is alive by the river.
She's right there. Well, there's something with Anne. That's really bizarre to have that twice right next to each other.
But it wants me to die. 2 times.
That's creepy, man. All right, should we do lights out?
Let's do it.
No. It said that before, too.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna get out of the circle. Put this. To anyone who might be in here, my name is Colin.
My name's Connor.
My name is Jason.
My name's Paul.
If anyone wants to make contact with us tonight, now's your chance to do it. We're not afraid of you, but you can try your best to scare us.
Won't focus on you, Connor. Here we go.
Where are you?
If you're in here with us, could you try to knock one of the balls that I've set up off of the surfaces?
Or blow out one of these candles?
Or make a noise?
Did you hear that? I was like right next to me. We have a bunch of devices set up around the room. If you want to show us that you're here, you can touch any of these red lights and we'll be able to see where you are.
Oh, look at that. See that one?
That one and that one.
Just moved like crazy.
You walk into the middle of these candles. Are you a man of religion? Did you create your own religion, your own beliefs? Deborah.
The spirit chat's turned off.
Both of them?
Yeah. No, they're on, but the screen's like super dark. What the f? They both
Really?
just went off at the same time.
What'd they say?
Plants and happiness. Robert. Robert, were you a member of the monks?
Get you.
Fog.
Fog?
Fog.
What?
Fog.
Funk?
Fog.
It was full.
What do you think?
Full.
Won't.
Robert, if you're here with us right now, please step into this room. Touch one of us. Blow out a candle. Chief.
Are you outside in the hall?
You said, are you staying?
Yes. Yes.
We're not staying that long.
Watching.
Come on in. Do you not like that we're in the inner temple? It's creepy in here.
It's cold in here.
When you look at this statue, it's like it's staring right at me. No, it's actually a little bit above me. I'm a little wrong. But it looks like it. I have to say, I started to feel really shitty after we opened that. Like,
You alright?
Drink some water.
Yes, 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 yes.
Are you affecting Colin?
Is it getting misty?
Yeah.
There's a mist problem there.
Yes.
Every time that we get something really bad, I start gagging.
What do you want from us?
It's interesting because the site before I posted that on my YouTube and had my first gagging, I had a psychic email me and say that I store negative energy in my stomach. It rarely happens, but
Complete.
My left side has gone freezing.
It has gone. It's like it's animated this way.
Are you wanting Colin to complete the Ouija board? Close it out?
Later.
later.
It's using
Poland.
It's as cold as Poland, isn't it?
Can we do anything to help you?
Hi, miracle.
Yes.
Case.
miracles. You want us to read an excerpt from the Bible?
Yeah, let's see if that does anything.
Maybe we should read Psalm 21.
Go for it.
I haven't got a Bible.
Dude, imp.
Imp?
Remember she said there's an imp in here? Imp, my first word.
Yes.
Who's a jerk?
Connection. Imp, I must warn you, connection.
Is the devil in these tunnels? Little devil?
Yes.
Little imp.
Yeah.
Is the imp here? Did we summon the imp? Give us a sign. Touch one of the red lights. Blow out one of the candles.
No.
Why not?
It really has gotten insanely cold.
When we ask you to do things, it's not because we want you to perform parlor tricks, so we can try and communicate with you.
We've spoken before.
You've spoken before.
To you. It says we've spoken before.
Where have we spoken before?
8! Again on my device. 8.
75.
Who's it here with me now that we've spoken before?
Mary. Suki. Funeral.
What's the Mary?
I mean,
She thought she was going to come here to marry one of the village boys, and that's when they
They stoned her, so she had a funeral.
funeral.
I remember she was also saying that this is like a portal room. And so she said different spirits kind of
Yeah.
come and go. So I mean, it might have been a recent place you went and
She thought she
investigated.
was going to get married, and she ended up at a funeral.
Yes. Yes.
Are you with us now, Suki? Why not tell us your story about the 3 boys? Did it happen?
I got Mandy.
What?
Mandy?
Mandy.
Martha. Mandy?
Suppose.
Mindfulness. Do you want us to blow the candles out? Will you talk to us if we blow these candles out?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, big bang out there.
Can you do that again? We're listening.
No.
Can you hear a voice?
That's what I was hearing earlier.
Yeah. Similar to what we heard earlier when we were a little bit further up, wasn't it? Grace.
Religious words.
Yeah.
Should we say an Our Father and see what it does?
Yeah.
By noon.
I don't know what that word means, but I heard it about 3 times in the last 2 weeks. Scanlon.
Scanlon?
It's an Irish name.
Scanlon. Scanlon.
Let's look it up.
Mine said scary.
Scary Scanlon.
It is weird. SC.
SC.
Same time.
Could be a surname, couldn't it? Scanlon.
It is.
All right. Should we say the prayer?
Yeah.
All right. If you don't like this, Caddy continues. If you don't like this, give us a sign and we'll stop. Our Father?
Yeah.
Oh, I just said, should we say the Our Father? Holy shit.
That's good.
All right. You guys want to go?
Sure.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. And is the kingdom, the power, and the glory. Amen. Forever and ever.
We've obviously been slacking.
Knowledge.
Language.
Implausible.
Sam.
Did you like that? Throne? Can you throw a rock at us?
Like throne?
That's throne, yeah.
No. Yes. Yes.
I'm frustrated.
Throw a rock. Please.
Do you want the candles out? Okay. Concentrate.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Daddy. That's a bit creepy down there.
I'm attached to the forest.
Oh, the
Don't
forest
really see a
underground.
forest down here.
They were talking about plants too.
Who's the daddy?
Paul.
Is Paul a daddy?
Is that who you're looking for? What happened? Did something bad happen?
Are you looking for your daddy? Is this a child?
Carol. Quite a few names, isn't there? Deborah, Anne, Carol.
Women's names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're out here, hello? Do you like God?
Do you like God?
Do you like God?
No way.
You
Just
don't?
on prayer.
Careful.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Do you like God?
Feels like we're being like watched, but nobody's like in this room.
Yeah.
Should we go walk out to the River Styx area and just leave this
Yes.
kind of running for a little bit?
Fireplace.
Marvellous.
Fireplace.
Close.
I just
No
don't.
way of stepping over the fencing without the dog's bark.
Sadly, no.
We can just.
Yeah, you've been doing it.
Yes.
All right, going to the hall.
This is weird. It said Oracle.
Yes.
Weren't they into like Greek gods and Roman shit?
Yeah.
Comfort.
Comfort.
All right, fellas.
Yeah, fellas.
Let's do this hardcore, no lights.
Is the dog off?
What do you mean, no lights?
Like IR only.
Yeah.
We don't have any lights on.
No, I'm saying don't turn them on before we go out. All right, you guys go first, and I'm gonna end it and put this in here in case it goes off.
Fallen.
That scared me. Jesus Christ.
Is he following?
Fallen. Fallen angel.
Share my message.
Share.
Medium.
Share my message. The medium.
What's the last bit?
The medium. Share my message.
Yeah, good medium.
Medium.
Peggy, no escape.
Omar.
Oh no.
X.
Hex.
Not clever.
Died in field.
Died in field.
Thief. It said it like
Dark.
it said TIF.
Let's just walk further and listen. It said dark.
Stood.
Oh, here we are, stood.
Yeah.
Isn't that a British kind of thing to say?
Stood. What do
Stood.
you say in America? Standing.
Standing. Because people don't, they say like, I was stood right there,
Yeah.
maybe?
I was standing.
Right there.
Yeah, we
God.
speak proper English.
I found the imp. Careful with your head. Jesus, this is creepy.
Grain.
I'm gonna show people online what this looks like for us. It's completely pitch black. It's so creepy. All right, let's go. Abigail.
Abigail. Let's see if that guy turned around.
No. God.
Yeah, this area can be a little bit.
God, I don't like it in here, man.
It's where we get people feeling sick and touched.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm standing with my back to this shit. Actually, I don't like that.
Well, someone reach around and grab you.
I know.
Time.
Be careful with that guy behind you.
What's the angry guy's name?
Match.
Do you want to turn that off for a second?
Yeah.
What's the dude who's missing his heart?
Paul.
Paul.
You want to ask for him since you're also Paul?
In your heart, this too.
I have a heart.
Paul, if you're here walking around asking people for their heart, is that down there?
Yeah.
Paul, do you want to come and join us? Yeah. Do you know Tuckett? Do you know he's Australian?
It's always creepy.
Do you want us to help you find your heart? Did you leave some money? Did you leave £50?
There's something down here. What do you mean? Yes. I keep hearing. What the
Yes.
Yes.
It just said yes. What are you hearing down here?
Like shuffling around in the pebbles.
Yell out. Hello.
Hello?
Is that at the tunnel?
I heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need help?
That's freaky, dude.
Can you make a noise to let us know where you are so we can come speak?
Battery died?
Battery just died.
Battery's gone. 172 minutes on that when I first put it on. And we've done an hour. Batteries are down there behind the dog.
I can just send you this footage if you want.
Thanks.
What, you too scared?
No, I just don't want to set the dog off.
I would be.
Yeah, I don't want to walk down there alone. Dark again.
Yeah.
Dude, worship dark.
I'm like really uneasy right now.
What are you feeling?
I feel like there's something down here.
Come towards us.
I keep thinking I'm seeing something like run across the hallway. It's like my mind's playing tricks on me though. There's like barely any light down there. But when I look through here, there's a lot of light. It is night vision now.
You see a shadow.
That's what I'm saying.
So, sometimes if you look where you almost like see a shadow, it's like walking towards you, but when it gets any closer.
Yeah.
That's what I've seen up there before.
I'm getting freezing cold right now.
This says worship dark hatred.
Which is pretty much the struck line for the Hellfire Caves.
Yeah. Is there something demonic down here? I don't believe in demons.
Where's all the saints and sinners?
Should we walk down a little further?
Yeah.
Should we just go into the banquet hall? Here, grab some stuff?
I'm innocent.
Or do you want to just sit down there and...
I really want to hear some footsteps.
Mm.
Us.
In fact, I've got a spare battery in the back here. So that's a good idea. I'll put spare batteries out up there.
Just go up there?
Should we
And then
bring
leave the stuff down here. Or
Maybe we could do a DR60 up there.
Yeah.
Last chance before we leave this area to make yourself known.
Ethel.
Ethel. What are you doing here, Ethel?
Wasn't an Ethel a short name for something?
I'm not too sure what Ethel would be short for. Ethelward. Ethella.
Ethelena.
Short.
That's like a woman's voice.
Yeah, it was two.
Oh, there was a knock. Doomed.
Oh, the harbingers of doom.
Road.
What is that?
That was behind me.
That noise. Can you throw this back at us? I just saw an orb come from over there. I just saw an orb come from over there.
God, it's chilly.
Alright, we can go up.
We can go pack everything up.
Yeah. That's the dog. Before we leave, can you knock any of those balls off?
I'm gonna take a picture of that. This looks sick as fuck.
Last chance. We would really love to just see you do something in here before we close this portal. I heard that.
We can knock.
When we blow out these candles, we're closing this portal. And anything that was on us or in here needs to detach and stay in here. Goodbye. As you can see, we had a number of immediate responses to our questions across different devices. We were hearing things, we were experiencing things, we were feeling things. There was so much energy in the caves, but because we had a limited amount of time that they allotted us that evening, I think we had the caves from 8 to 2 a.m., we had to pack up and keep moving because it's a really, really large cave system. Like, there's no way in that amount of time you could investigate every room and space in that tunnel or whatever you would really call it. So yeah, we pressed on. Hey everybody, it's Colin here. As you probably know by now, every single week here on the channel, we give away a gift bag to one lucky viewer of the show. To enter the giveaway, it's extremely simple. All you have to do is like today's video, so hit that thumbs up button and comment down in the comment section, Demon. I'm gonna give you 10 seconds to comment and like the video if you wanna join the giveaway. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Anyways, y'all, thank you so much for joining us and thank you for joining our adventure this week.
I'm gonna get back to the video, and yeah, stay spooky. All right, so we're now in the banquet room where a lot of the orgies, sort of ritualistic things, celebrations happened. And I have 2 black obsidian mirrors, scrying mirrors, and in the center of the room right here, I am going to place them facing each other. What was that? I was in here. Obsidian is a very spiritual mineral, and people use scrying to speak with spirits by staring into a black mirror and looking. And after a while, they suppose they're able to, start seeing entities. So in theory, by putting these 2 black mirrors parallel to each other, facing each other, creating that infinite mirror, hopefully it'll be like a portal or an invitation for whatever's in here to come on in.
This room's got a creepy vibe of its own.
Did anyone follow us up here?
Are any of the women who would have been physically and sexually abused in this room, or even in these caves, are you here with us now?
Oh, what the f*** has just happened over there?
What? No, did you hear the whistle?
No, there's something gone out. There was...
I heard.
Oh! Water just dripped on me.
Oh, right on my arm. Freezing cold water drop.
That's blood juice.
Yeah, there's a cemetery right above us.
Really?
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay, so let's go through that. Paul, what did you just see? You want to film?
Where the REM pod is, directly opposite, there was a light on the, as we were looking at, on the left, and it just went completely dark.
Oh, your camera, yeah, your camera just went out.
It's got 65 minutes left on it when I checked it just now.
No, it's definitely the camera, because I can't see the IR right anymore on it.
Yeah, it's all.
Gone off?
Yeah.
I just saw it go, I saw something change in the light.
Right when we started. What did you hear?
I heard a whistle.
Like what?
Like,
At the same time as the light went out?
yeah.
That's weird. You both reacted, but
Yeah.
to different things.
Is it dead?
Yeah, but you can check. I literally, as we came in here, I checked it, 65 minutes left. And these are new batteries.
Hello?
If there is a sort of darker energy, the hooded man, a demon, Sufi, and feel free to scratch me, throw a rock at me.
Yeah, if you want to punch Paul in the face, kick him around.
I think we
Kill
should
him.
attempt to bite him.
Seriously though, I want to see and feel the power that you have. I know that people back in the day used to come here to try to connect to those divine, ancient, powerful, satanic, occult energies.
Oh, rock behind you.
Like a pebble bouncing, wasn't it?
Yeah. So if you are here, you can do any of that, but also I set up these little balls right here. If you could push one of those off the wall or the shelf right there, I'd really appreciate it.
Did you hear that?
Another pebble.
Could you throw one of these back at me?
What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was two.
Or, Suki, I'm allowing you to do this to me. I would love that.
Suki, if you were stoned to death, can you maybe throw some stones at us? Show us how you died? You the lady that's seen in white? Did you dress prepared to be married? You were in your wedding dress? Did you get stoned to death?
Did you just whistle, Connor?
No. It was like,
That's what I did.
yeah.
What's that? Did you just whistle, Connor?
No.
What the f? That was clear as f.
Who are you?
Suki, are you trying to use your voice? Can you talk to us? There again.
Over here.
Yeah.
Next to you guys.
It's like another pebble dropping, wasn't it?
What the f? Gee, there's a growl.
That was a growl.
Did you
Yeah.
hear that?
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, dude, it's cold next to me right over here.
Can you go touch Colin? Scratch him? Are you trying to scare us off?
Oh, God. I keep seeing shadows. The IR doesn't show this light really, but I swear my eyes are adjusting down this hallway and even on this wall. It's like I just see a little.
It's definitely got colour.
Yeah.
I swear I could see a black mass just in that door.
Oh, dude, I just got one on camera. It went right by my camera. Or maybe it was a bat.
In the doorway you see a black
Yes.
mass?
Yeah, just down behind the case, there's like a black mass, and I'm sure it looks like it's evolving, it's moving.
are you the hooded figure? Were you one of the 12 brothers?
You have the strangest notification thing.
That was me.
Oh, you too.
Courtney just ordered Lioness Women's Bloom Silk Cashmere Scarf.
Whoa. That's fucking
On
spooky.
That's Colin's Christmas present.
Yeah, man, it's fashion.
Hey, and I'll never question that for you. Hello. That'd be pretty scary.
There's a growl.
Oh.
There was another one.
Yeah.
Come and play with us. Come and throw some stones. Walk towards the nice red lights, and they'll show pretty colours. Feel free to come come and talk to us.
Ooh, right next to you.
So you approaching? Come along. Come and sit with us. Let's have a chat.
Yeah.
Something about sitting in the middle of two doorways.
Yeah. I really like it. All right, so I'm gonna run this. Let's each try to give like 30 seconds of silence between.
Yeah.
I'm mainly talking to Paul because he never shuts up.
That's a good point.
All right. Going. Can I ask first? Hooded figure, what is your name or what do they call you?
Are there any of the ladies that were brought into these caves? Can you tell us what they did to you?
How many people were murdered or sacrificed in this tunnel?
Are you afraid to leave because Dashwood has got control of you here? Do you want to go to hell?
Who were we speaking with inside the inner temple? Who was that?
Is the angry gentleman still walking these tunnels in search of his heart? Can you tell us his name?
Was the devil summoned to these caves?
You must be angry with the rich and powerful men that congregated here to take advantage of you. Now's your chance to take revenge on them. Tell us your full story.
Oh shit. Here. Alright, ready? Yeah.
I had 7 twice.
Not much. Not much at all. Is there anything else you'd like to do for us before we have to leave? We're about to run out of time.
Keep hearing almost like little stones or movement on the stones.
It's a sad when you go tech-free. We'll all kick up.
Not even time for Augustus.
What a shame.
Last chance. Any demons, devils, elites, human sacrifice victims, imps. Completely like silent.
Yeah.
It just doesn't really feel like much to me either. It's kind of like a creepy room, but not picking up like too much energy. I do feel like nauseous as though. Just not good physically. Oh,
That scared me.
All right. Well,
The Hellfire Caves.
to anybody who we've spoken with tonight, thank you. But you cannot follow us home.
You can follow Paul home.
Game.
Not us.
Did he say in game?
I'm game.
At the end of the night, this is where things got scary for me personally. I don't know if you could see it in some of that footage towards the end of the investigation, but when we were sitting there, something, it felt like weight on me. My chest got really heavy and I started to salivate and I started to feel really, really bad. And so walking up through the caves with our equipment to leave, I was just, something was getting worse and worse within me, in my body, in my mind. I was feeling really overheated, like I suddenly had a fever. My skin was clammy and I was extremely nauseous. And as soon as we got up to the top of the caves, I headed into their little bathroom that they have for the gift shop, and I vomited profusely for, I think it was around 4 to 5 minutes. I actually have footage of it because I filmed it because I considered it to be paranormal. That was really, really scary to me. I have a history of, as many people have seen and commented about, these really dark energies. When I'm exposed to them, specifically, the way that I interpret my body reacts is I start gagging. And usually it's just a gag and it doesn't go beyond that. But in this case, I was actually brought to full-on vomiting, to heaving, until I was dry heaving, almost convulsing. It was really, really scary. My blood sugar started dropping really fast because I had no sugar, and I had to go sit and lay down in the car because I just got so sick. It just came over me like a wave of illness. And a lot of people interpret that a lot of different ways, and I've seen so many comments and received so many DMs from people. I've had psychics tell me that I store negative energy in my stomach. I've had a lot of people comment saying that when a spirit tries to jump you or jump into your body will gag or vomit and kind of try to reject that energy. Whatever the explanation is, it's really, really scary to me because I love investigating, but whatever happened there to me was completely unexplainable and left me really shaken to my core. It was really, really disturbing. Like I'm like throwing up violently, all my food, everything, all my water, extremely sick. And then the moment that we left, it went away. 10, 15 minutes after driving away from the property, I was good to go. I didn't get sick. It wasn't food poisoning because I was completely fine the next day. We filmed actually an investigation the next night, as you'll see in this series. It was just momentary extreme nausea. So what that was, I don't really know.
I don't know what's happening right now, but I'm just throwing up profusely in the bathroom at Hellfire Caves. I'm sitting outside of the Hellfire Caves. Come down with some sort of sickness. I don't know what the it is. I literally, like leaving the caves, started to feel really sick and sweat. And then I went in the bathroom and just threw up all my food for the day. I've never like thrown up to that degree. And I feel horrible. I'm laying in the back of the car. I've never really experienced something like this. It's up and it's scary, man.
The Hellfire Caves is a location that I could spend a week in. I would love to just camp out in there and see what evidence we could stir up from being in there for so long. However, we got quite the opposite of that. They have a time limit where you can be in there, and it's pretty hard out, and so we had to wrap up filming pretty early, which was very sad. But nonetheless, we experienced some really cool stuff while we were in there. We used tons of devices, as you can see in the video. It was really, really interesting though. Thinking about all the history of malicious things that have happened in those caves, I mean, it really just makes you question things more.
At the end of the day, the Hellfire Caves was an incredible experience. I loved every single moment that we got to spend in there, even though I had a terrible reaction. To me, that itself is proof of the paranormal, because a lot of times when people watch YouTube videos about ghost hunting, or they watch television programs or read books, the paranormal experience becomes how much evidence can you get? How many knocks can you record? How many voices on your voice recorder can you capture? How many shadows do you see in the still frames? But that's not really what the paranormal is. And I've talked about this many times in the past. The paranormal is deeply personal. Everybody is on their own journey. Everybody experiences things in a completely different way. And when it comes to the paranormal, it's all about you. This is my journey. This is Connor's journey. This is my parents' journey, but everybody is on their own journey. Now, some people will look at that and say that I'm just crazy and making it up and I made myself throw up. Other people will say you should never do that again because what happened there was incredibly dangerous. But that's the point I'm trying to make, is that is some of the most compelling evidence to me, because I know myself and I know how I react and I know that that's not normal. And so it's just powerful. It's powerful however you look at it. But if you guys have enjoyed today's episode, be sure to let us know. Thank you so much for joining us for tonight's episode of the Paranormal Files. We will see you next week. And yeah, have a great rest of your week and stay spooky.
Hello.